Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this one, I actually wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek into one of the calls that we had today inside of High Level Systems. So, as a lot of you know, we actually have daily support calls inside of High Level for the period that you're inside. And today, I just kind of took initiative and said, look, there's something I need to address in the community that I believe is holding a lot of you back. And I addressed two things. The title of this video might be something like how to have constant motivation, or how to never lose motivation, or how to stay motivated forever, something like that, something clickbaity like that. But at the end of the day, I was noticing a trend in our client base, and I saw two things happening. The first one was that people were reading so deeply into the method that they lost track of why the method works. Therefore, they lost track of creative ability to relate that method back to their specific situation and take action that they know they need to take, not just literally model every single little minute detail that we give them. For example, they take the sales script and they never adjust it for their business. Or they take the post examples we give them, they never adjust them for their business, right? And another thing that I wanted to hit was a lot of people don't have defined goals or visions of what they want and why they want it. And I was getting a lot of messages over Slack, particularly over my 7-day, or actually a 10-day break. And I was like, well, if you don't know what you want or why you want it, sorry, I got to mind the background noise, then obviously you're never going to have clarity on why you're working on your business in the first place. So if you don't know what you want, why you want it, and the time frame at which you want it, then you're not going to have any motivation to get up and go and get it. And you have to be honest with yourself about what you want. So a lot of our clients were saying, oh, I want to get to like 100 grand a month. And then we picked it apart and like, actually, that's not what they wanted. They might have thought that that's what they wanted, but what they really wanted was like, validation from their parents or something, right? Like, you have to be very clear about what you want, why you want it, and be honest with yourself and have a very healthy relationship with yourself so that you can just shoot straight with yourself and set a clear vision of what you want and why you want it. So this is just kind of an insider peek of what it's like to be a high-level systems client. This is, today actually, and I decided, I'm going to post this because I think this is a really valuable call. And I feel like a lot of you guys who, are on the fence about joining High Level might get a good idea of what it's like to be a client and what sort of value you get and what sorts of conversations we have inside of these private communities, right? We've got an extremely high level group of entrepreneurs, and whether you're just a beginner or you're already experienced, you've already got proof of concept on your product, which means you've sold at least $5,000 to $10,000 worth of it, or you're an advanced level entrepreneur, you've sold, over $100,000 more of your services, $500,000 more of your services. We're here to help you. And I want to encourage you to take a leap in your life and in your business and schedule a free consult call with myself down below. We'll be speaking with you about, exactly what you want out of business, out of life. What are your goals? Why do you want them? What are you trying to do to get there? What has worked? What hasn't worked? And really getting clear on if we can help you. And if we can help you, the only clear option is to move forward, which is what we're going to help you do. All right? So if that sounds like you and you're ready to take that leap, schedule your call down below. Otherwise, enjoy this video and take a little peek inside of what it looks like to be a high-level systems client. Enjoy. What's up? Jacob, Henry, Xavier, me, Sam. Let people join in here for a sec.
Hey man, how was your 10 days off?
It was great, dude. It was great. I loved, we had a little Saturday call with the crew. I think Misam was on that. I think I saw you on that, dude.
Hey Trey, where are you today?
I'm actually at like this conference. My dad has a business conference once a year, and he's having me present. It's gonna be fun. And I'm just at the hotel at the resort. So crazy, dude. It's been like literally back-to-back travel for, like a full 48-hour period. So I'm running on fumes, bro. But I'm here. I'm ready to rock.
Right.
Yeah. Henry, Xavier, and Jacob, get your cameras on, guys. Letting TJ into the room here. How you doing, Henry? Give me an update, brother.
I'm good. I didn't take days off. On the weekend, I went to Austin to visit a friend.
Nice.
And I think it was very helpful to just step away from Houston because I only work here, right?
Yeah.
I don't have friends here or anything.
Yeah.
So it's good. And I feel refreshed to work harder than I usually do. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, dude. No, that's where I'm at, man. I mean, I'm pushing hard. Like, I'm really just culling the business of unnecessary fat in this season. Like, there's all kinds of stuff that I'm working on. some stuff I can't say, some stuff I can. It's just like, dude, when I take a break, I always come back with a really refreshed mentality. Also, Dylan will be your friend if you need one.
Sure,
What's up,
Dylan.
Jeremy? Cool, guys. Well, I had a topic in mind for today, if you guys are ready for me to kind of share. And then I want to just, like maybe the first half, I just want to talk about something that's on my mind. Just looking at the community, some of you guys may have been subject to a call from me over the past week or two. I've just been calling people and just checking in. Like, I've got your numbers on file. And if you haven't gotten a call, don't take it personally. I've just randomly picked names. Okay. And I'm just like hearing where you guys are at. And I'm learning a lot. And I just wanted to say something today that, for those of you on this call, it's a more private call. Obviously, Brendan's taking some time off, and I gave him the week just to chill since I took my time. I'm like, hey, you take yours, bro. No hard feelings. And I just wanted to go through like something I'm observing. And I like to think that this is probably one of the biggest holdbacks for a lot of the people in the community right now. Just observing the general state of where everybody's at, and just coming from a very humble place of just observing your actions, observing what you're doing, what is and what isn't working for you guys. I'm trying to narrow in, what message do you guys need that'll really push you forward, that'll get you guys making sales, getting to your goals. What gaps am I observing? So let me actually grab the classic Trey leaving the Zoom call for a half a second to grab his mouse. That's what I'm about to do. And I'll be right back because I'm going to use the whiteboard. Everybody ready for this? All right. So just looking around, man, and I'm noticing a trend. Like, I was actually on the phone today with one of our students, who I won't really mention, just because I don't think they'd like for me to use them as an example of this potentially. I need something flat to put the mouse on. Dude, this is just what it looks like to be traveling working, man. I'm using a Tony Robbins book as a mouse pad. So here's the thing, man. I want to drill this point home today. And then I want to have a normal call after. Is everybody cool? Drop a 1 if you're cool with that. Unless you have like a pressing topic you want help on, stop me now. Otherwise, I'm going to hit this. Everybody good? Drop a 1. Sweet. Here we go. It's really kind of 2-pronged. Okay. The first prong 1, is methods don't matter. Okay. Been listening to a great book. How many of you have heard of Winning by what's that guy's name? The same guy that wrote Relentless. Anybody familiar with that author? What's his name? Somebody knows that author. Drop it in the chat for me if you do. I think it's Tim Grover. And in that book, he said something really cool, which inspired me, being somebody that's a coach and being somebody that's helping you guys grow your businesses. He was like, look, step-by-step lists, like step 1 to grow your business, step 2, step 3, step-by-step bullcrap, it only goes so far because you are all different. There's only so much we can give you that is like, hey, do this, then do this, then do this. Methods, the methods you're going to learn, they are guidelines. And at first you might think, oh, well, then why am I here? Because if I'm here to have you tell me what to do, of course, we're going to tell you what to do. But you have to meet the methods in the middle here, guys. You have to hear a method and run it through your logical framework. Use your brain. Figure out, okay, what is working in this method? What isn't working in this method for me? And then come up with a solution based on your own creative intuition. So I've seen people, dude, like this is literally, this alone is the breaking point. This is why 20% of our clients do extremely well and the rest are just can't figure anything out is because they're listening to what we say so specifically, and they are reading so deeply into each word that I say, that Dylan says, Aaron says, Brandon says, Luke when he was on the team, to the point where you're not thinking about how, or you're thinking too much about how, not why. How/what, and not enough why. Why is the best question. Why does flywheel work? What can I learn from flywheel that I can apply to other things? What are the core principles of the things we're learning here? What's the commonalities, the common denominator that I'm seeing across all these methods that keep making them consistently work? So this is the first one I wanted to make. The first one is, again, I'll just say methods don't matter. MDM. You guys should get like tattoos on your butt that say MDM. All of you. Because it's different for everybody, man. So you got to understand, my job on these group calls is to set the tone, to help you guys understand what I've done to succeed, what our team has done, what our clients that have succeeded. Because look, I've personally coached 6 people and gotten them to over $1 million a year. That's not by accident. There's a method to that. Obviously, there's a strategy. But you have to take what we're giving you and say, all right, how can I make this work for me? So Tim Grover, the author of Winning, gave this example. He worked with Michael Jordan in the NBA. And he said, all right, when I was working with Michael Jordan, we noticed that his blood sugar would drop towards the end of a game. Didn't have enough food about 3 hours before. So Michael Jordan would then start to eat a small filet steak right before his game. And then everybody's like, oh, Michael Jordan's secret is that he eats a filet steak. So then everybody starts eating a filet steak, right? And they think, oh, that's going to make me better at the game. When in reality, it's just what worked for Michael Jordan. These other players start eating a filet, and it just throws them off because their body isn't built for it. They're just modeling after somebody else directly, not putting it into context. And they think that, oh, the filet must be the secret. So a lot of you guys will look at me, like literally to the point where I'm not even kidding. I see this industry. People literally wear the same clothes of the people that are succeeding. They post the same sorts of Instagram bullcrap as the people that are succeeding. They will like the same music. It's like, that's all just, it's fluff, man. It's fluff. Are you guys following me? Are you guys tracking with me? So methods don't matter. The specifics have to be contextualized, context for your experience. Oh, there's another T at the end of context. Context for your experience. Everybody tracking? Methods do not matter. We have great methods that I've used. Guys, we developed our sales script after over 1,000 sales calls. I've personally taken over 1,000 sales calls. I've put in the hours, dude. I've had like existential crises after 9 hours of sales calls in a single day, okay? I've done the freaking work. And I know what it's like to go through that hell. And that's why we're doing what we do for you in this program, but you have to contextualize the information. You have to. You, Misam, you are Misam. Henry, you are Henry. TJ, you are TJ. Jeremy, other Jeremy. Kiefer, Frederick, Tyler, Xavier, Aeon. You guys are all you. I am me. And so there's a shortcut to success of modeling what worked for somebody else. Yes. But you cannot do that thing the way that they did it. Are you tracking with me? Yeah, like me sounds like I was following Elon Musk and I was trying to do what he was doing. Dude, Elon's playing with a completely different deck of cards, bro. You understand? Completely different deck of cards. You can't beat Elon. Nobody can beat Elon because Elon's the only Elon. You can't be me. You can't be me. Literally, physically, biologically, there's no freaking way you could be me. Any thoughts on this? You guys want to unmute? Is this helpful? Because I'm just seeing this, man. It's like you have to take what we're giving you and run it through your own creative processes. It can come all the way down to offer and pricing. It can come down to literally everything. The 4 pillars that make this business work: marketing, sales, delivery, and offer. All of those pillars are up to your own creative intuition A, you wouldn't know that those are the pillars without us, and B, you wouldn't know where to start. You wouldn't know the foundations. You wouldn't know even that direction, right? So that's what we're here to do. We're taking you halfway. The other halfway, Henry, is you saying, I'm Henry. I'm going to build this business for me, doing it the way I'm going to do it because I'm Henry, and I'm going to get $100,000 a month because that's what I want. I'm going to do it the way that I know works for me. You have to get there. Everybody tracking? Any thoughts? I'd love to hear some thoughts. Unmute. Tell me where your head's at.
Yeah, Trey, I think I've been thinking a lot about, as I've been taking calls and this sort of thing, like just what is the best long-term strategy for my business? Like I think there's definitely people out there who are going to do like this kind of high ticket 5K coaching offer. But the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking that I think elements of my lower ticket offers that have worked, finding low cost, consistent acquisition methods to those might be a better long-term strategy, at least in tandem with my higher ticket, and not doing higher ticket alone. Of course, this is only month 3 of HLS being in here with you guys. Yep. But after I'm taking calls, I'm trying to get a better sense of what is me holding false beliefs and what is reality of my niche, or like where people are at, what my ideal client is, what their financial and all those sorts of things. But yeah, I think looking into, I'm not, shutting things down or anything like that, but I think that I'm not, high ticket, I think will not be the only thing that my business is doing in regards to kind of what you're talking about of adjusting to your market and adjusting to what your thing is. Yep. That's kind of where I'm sitting right now.
I think the variables that differentiate you from anybody else are your market. So that's a good one, Tyler. Another variable that comes to mind is your personality type. This is why personality typing tools like the Enneagram are really helpful, right? Know what your fears are, know what your strengths are. Don't abide by those labels so closely that you become defined by them, really, but just kind of know yourself a bit better. Look at your past. What have you struggled with in your past that maybe your coach hasn't struggled with? You got to contextualize things. So it's almost like there is a path that we've got laid out for you that has worked consistently for clients. But honestly, I can say, let's say there's a couple steps like offer, then marketing, then sales, then delivery or whatever. And this is kind of the path right here. And some of you guys are kind of off here in the weeds, and you got to get back onto this path. But you can't walk taking the exact same steps, putting your foot right in the footsteps of the way that we walked that path. It's the same path, but our feet are going to land in different spots. I feel like that's the best way I can visualize the difference. So methods carry you to the path. All of you have a decent marketing method. I just got off the phone with one of our clients today. It's like, hey man, he's doing cold email, wants to move to Facebook Flywheel. And I'm like, dude, do you know your numbers? How long have you been trying this? What's the actual problem? Is it email, or is it that you have a scarce mindset towards your leads? Because I'm looking at your business and I think you could make some sales here. So it's just like, everybody's a little different. Contextualize the information for yourself and make it work based on your situation. I don't want any of you guys dressing like I dress. First of all, I don't have amazing style. I've got decent style. And second of all, that'd be kind of weird. I want you guys to do your thing. Everybody tracking with me? I had a sudden urge to grow my hair out. Well, with the exception of growing your hair out, I think that has given me a significant advantage in life and in business. Yeah. Cool. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, maybe something to help you out, Tyler. I was watching a podcast by Alex Harzami, and he said something about he had to make a decision where he could decide whether to help a few people a lot or help a lot of people a good amount. I think Trey probably can relate with that. Like if Trey, you probably wanted to, you could do majority one-on-ones instead of the
Oh
group
yeah,
coaching
dude.
and profit a lot. But you know,
Yep.
maybe doing the group coaching, having smaller offers for more people, maybe that's more fulfilling and can also be just as profitable. So I thought that may help you out as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
think.
I,
Go
like
ahead.
right now I'm working on like a $20,000 sale, and like I could literally probably only do that. But I like this. I genuinely enjoy the scale, and it's not even that big. It's not like we've got 1,000 people. It's like 80. But yeah, Tyler, what were
Yeah,
you gonna say, brother?
I was gonna say, I mean, a big thing that I've been contextualizing over the last week to 2 weeks is just like, I've been biggest thing coming into this program, selling higher ticket, this sort of thing, was knowing my numbers, right? Actually tracking my numbers week to week, day to day. And so then I've also been applying that to the offers that have already been working, like my lower ticket, my course, this sort of thing. And I'm realizing that I haven't been tracking those numbers at all, and that there's a lot more scalability in those numbers than I have realized. And it's something that, right now I'm just kind of looking at, okay, what is going to be kind of the share of my higher ticket versus lower ticket and this sort of thing, because I do have a reliable way of attracting customers to that. I do have some of these things. The issue has just been not knowing what my numbers are down the line.
Yes. And if anybody's a good example, Tyler, of the importance of knowing your numbers in order to figure out the next steps in this community, it's you. Because you're the only guy in this community with the size of an audience that you have. What's you sitting on YouTube? It's like 100,000 subscribers, right?
190K, just under 200,000.
So I don't care how big your audience is. If you don't know your numbers, you are powerless.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to understand, I hear this objection a lot. It's a little bit of a tangent, but I want to hit it. I hear the objection, oh, Trey, it's great that you can make sales like you do, but you've got an audience. Look at Tyler, man. We're still figuring things out. He's got a huge audience. Still got to figure stuff out. The back end, the positioning, the offer, the sale. It's not, audience isn't the secret, guys. Promise. I don't want that objection sitting in your heads.
Hey, Tyler, just curious, have you made any videos specifically dedicated to your course or coaching?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I have. So I've made a couple, and I've gotten a ton of sales calls based upon it. I am, and I haven't gotten zero closes. I've gotten a few closes. But I think what seems to be I'm hitting up against again and again is like how much cash people can actually dedicate to it. And of course there is an element of loans and like these sorts of things. But like I had a guy literally 3 days ago who was like, he's trying to figure it out right now, kind of desperate to hop in and just cannot come up with the $5,000. And I've had a couple of people like that. So I think it's like, it's not that they're not understanding the offer. It's not that they, I'm absolutely, I could be continuously improving my sales process. But it seems as though we'll just really aren't having the money.
It's either the offer isn't worth asking somebody for money for, A, or B, because I don't want you, because I saw on Slack you were like, oh, my market's broke. Dude, I promise you, no market is broke. I promise you. It's just not how it works. There's literally no market that will not buy an offer if it's what they genuinely believe they need. I think the false belief might be that why would I go with you unless instead of an institution? So if you're gonna make a video, about like why you should go with me versus a college, or why, I think you need to break some of these beliefs, because it's less about the money, I promise you, because people are going to take out, your audience, they're artists, man. They'll take out an $80,000 loan to get a degree in frick knows what, and it's all about positioning, dude. Like, that's why Ty Lopez attacked college at scale, right? He was like, don't do college, man. And then he happened to have a 67-step program that he would sell after that, you know? And Kim, dude, Tyler, you and Kim should definitely link up. Kim's a beast, guys. I'm potentially having him on the team to help us with our YouTube advertising. So definitely be in touch with Kim. He understands sales and advertising. You can't understand one. You can't just be ads. You can't just be offer. You have to kind of be one sales and offer, or sales and ads, in order to kind of be on the team. But like he right now is asking you some great questions. The clients you close, what are the common factors between them? What's your situation, their desire, their problem? There's always a trend of people that want to work with you. Always a trend. Cool, guys. So that was my first point. I don't want to get too off in the weeds, and Tyler, I'd love to continue to help you. But is my first point clear? MDM, are you guys following here? Cool.
I'll drop a 1.
Who said that? There you go, Misan. All right, guys. The other one. This is a bit more, this could be a bit more ethereal potentially, but I don't think so. So we got 1, MDM. 2, this is a big one for a lot of you guys, man. Clarity of vision. I see a lot of guys that are like, oh, I'm just not motivated anymore. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't really know if this is for me. I've been getting a bit of that over Slack. And I'm going to call it out. It's bullcrap. You're not motivated. It's not that you don't know what you want. It's not that well, that is what it is. You don't know what you want. You lack vision for your life. You lack vision of where you're headed and why you're headed there. Lack of motivation comes from not knowing where you want to be. Because here's the beautiful thing, man. Once you make a decision, there's a power there. There's kind of a hidden power in making a decision in life. You're saying, I'm going to do X. I'm going to do it. No matter what happens, once you make that decision, that thing is already done. It's already done. Once you make the decision, it is already done. Follow it through. And a decision isn't just saying something. It's not just saying, oh, I'll do this. Saying I'm gonna reach this revenue mark. A decision is saying it, following through, showing up every day. And as you move through the process of having made this decision, you're gonna meet roadblocks. But because the decision has been made, those roadblocks are just hopped right over, and then hopped right over, and then hopped right over. The decision's already done. So once you make the decision, it's already done. Let's just do a little vision casting session, guys. Where do you guys want to be a year from right now? Just unmute. Where do you want to be? Let's say this is 1 year. Where do you guys want to be 1 year from today? What do you want your business to look like? What do you want your life to look like? Give me a 30-second blurb. Just unmute. Give me 30 seconds. Where do you want to be? Make the decision with me right now. The lack of immediacy in your guys' answers is the problem. I'm calling it out. Answer me. Where do you want to be?
Well, if I had to say something,
You do have to say something.
I have extreme clarity. I know that after some time now, I know that in about a year I can hit 100K. Like, that's changed for me a lot.
I love that. Why do you want that? Real quick.
I just like have been focusing on myself, and I know that's something that I'm capable of.
Cool.
And I know that I want that for my friends, my family, and most importantly, it's been internalizing that I want that for myself, so that I can do. Well,
you want it for you. You want it for your family. You want it simply because you're capable of it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Great reason. Who's next? Where do you want to be in a year, and why do you want to get there?
I think I want to get to 20K, 25K by next year, which is definitely achievable. when I'm looking at my pace in terms of actually looking at my outreach and optimizing it this time. Definitely.
I'm gonna write out some community goals. For some reason, my mouse isn't connecting. Might be out of battery. I'm just gonna use the trackpad. You guys are gonna have to deal with my bad handwriting. Community goals. You do not have to have pretty handwriting to make money. I should be proof of that. All right, community goals. Who said 100K? Who was that? I can't see the names when I've got my screen up here.
It was me, TJ.
TJ, 100K for TJ. You can do it because you can, because you want to. You want it for your family. You want it for yourself, right? And then who spoke just now? That was Jeremy that spoke 25K. Jeremy DEG.
Yep.
25K. Who's next? Well, I mean, actually, Jeremy, why do you want that? Real quick before we move on. Why do you want that?
Just to be able to, be a successful business owner and just kind of like prove to myself and help out the people around me.
Prove to yourself. Is there anybody else you're trying to prove it to other than yourself? Be honest. It's okay. There's no judgment. Why do you want it?
I guess my family too, to show them that this is possible.
That's fine, dude. Embrace that motivation. That is a good motivation. One of my motivations, actually. I grew up with a successful father. I do not want to be my father's shadow. I want to be my own man. I refuse to take any clients. I refuse to take any money from my father. There's no spite. There's no resentment. There's all love. But I'm my own man. I've got the same thing, dude. Who's next?
I'm next. I want to first hit 10K month, then 50K, then 100K, then 500, then a million. And my reason is because I want to have a luxury lifestyle.
Cool.
And I want to have financial freedom.
Cool. Great
Yeah.
reasons, man. I love that you're honest, dude. A lot of people, they're like, I want a million because I just want to, they make it about something that it's honestly not about, because they want to justify something they want. If you do that, you are hurting this power in this decision right here. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're like, look, I want to get to $1 million a month because I just want to give a bunch of money away to charity. If that's honestly what you want, good on you. If you want a luxury lifestyle, good on you. You have to have clarity with yourself about why you want what you want and what you want. If you get to that million, dude, you are going to have that luxury lifestyle. Guaranteed, dude. That's big boy money. And you could do it. I legitimately believe anybody could do this. This is not complex. You have to start here, though. Right here. Who's next? What's your goal? Why do you want it? Come on, guys.
I want to hit.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I actually, besides just wanting to hit my target revenue, which is like 100K a month, it's mainly just being the expert in what I do, having some leverage, actually, be as good as I can be.
Tapping out your potential.
Yeah.
Why do you want that?
Because I feel like from where I'm from, there's not really a lot of people that are too focused on actually perfecting their craft and, innovating stuff. And, once I can actually get to the point where, I'm in the top 1% in the market, I can actually preach that to other people and teach them that as well, that, it's possible.
Beautiful, dude. Who said that? I can't see your name.
It's Aeon.
Aeon. Cool.
You can go ahead, Tyler.
I want to hit 50,000 monthly stabilized by the end of the year. And then by this time next year, I want to be at the 6-figure monthly point. There's a couple different reasons for that. One is just financial freedom is huge. I despise people telling me what to do. That's the whole reason I got into this in the beginning.
Yeah,
And not only that, I need capital to build my next business. I want to start a film production company, and it's going to be hard to do that with anything less than like 5 to 10 million. And so it's going to be hard to get that amount of capital if I'm making 10, 15 grand a month for the next 5 years. So
cool. I mean, you guys have made that decision. You've told me where you want to get. You have my judgmental eyes. Do it. Like you've claimed today where you want to be. So do it. Like I think it's interesting. People will join this program and think that by joining a program, somehow you're going to be more motivated. It's not my job to make you motivated. It's my job to tell you where to channel that. It's your job to enjoy the process. It's your job to be motivated. It is your job to take responsibility of your actions. My job is just to hand you a framework, dude. That's all I'm doing. Are you guys with me? You tracking with me? Cool. How many of you are excited by the prospect of that being on your shoulders? Me, some is. See his hand up. See some heads shaking, nodding. I mean, good. You should be. It's your job. Okay? I just want to, I want to kind of give some responsibility back to you guys. It is your job. We're here to help, and we're going to speed up the process. By being in this room, you're speeding up the process by 2 or 3 years by many of you. We have some experts, some people that really know how to channel your motivational energy and what you should do next. But it's your job to be motivated, dude. It is your freaking job to be motivated. All right. If you're not motivated, boo-hoo. I'm so sorry. That's a luxury that you're abusing. I'm going to call it out. You're not motivated. What a luxury it is to get to not be motivated. I'll be honest, when you're at my level, and a lot of you guys are getting there real quick, you do not have the luxury to wake up and be like, I'm not really motivated today. Shut up, dude. That is just not that is not the place to be. Is not the place to be. Whoever said that in the chat, what'd you say just there? I love that. With bold vision comes bold actions. 100%. Bold vision inspires bold actions. When I was at 0, guess what I had written on my whiteboard that I didn't erase until I got there? Didn't erase it. 1 million. Jeremy nailed it. Guess, first guess. I'm going to sell $1 million. I don't care how the frick I'm going to do it. I'm going to sell $1 million worth of services. Now what do I have on my whiteboard? Now what do I got? What do you guys think? 10 million. Exactly, bro. And it's the process, not 200 million, not quite. A little too much. Taking it one step at a time, Nisam. Maybe I should adopt your attitude. Just one step at a time, man. It's a beautiful place to be when you're in that state of true, raw, self-motivated. People are going to think you're crazy, dude. People are going to think you're freaking crazy. I was just I'm glad my brother's not here right now. He was leaving the room 20 minutes ago. We were just on a trip to like a gas station to pick some stuff up for my grandma, like some snacks and stuff. And he was just like, Trey, I just want you to know, like, going after money like you're going after, it's very worldly. And I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. There's all love in our relationship, only respect. People are going to think you're crazy. Join the club, man.
Yeah, I feel like recently, like this extreme clarity of like what I want to do has just like helped me narrow down like my focus so much. Cause like, I don't know, I wake up and I'm like, okay, well, I need to do this and I need to have this done so I can accomplish these next few steps. And the steps are very clear. Like right now, it's just really focusing down on my outreach. And I know that like in a times month with the amount of work that I need to get done, like I can get 3 or 5 clients, like
literally, if you are at 0, I hate to call it out, but if I were at 0, sorry to interrupt you, TJ. If I were at zero,
No, you're good.
I hate to use an ego-driven like example here, but if I were in your shoes, a lot of you guys in this room right now, if I were to step into your position of no clients, no leverage, no connections, I'd be at 10 G's a month by the end of the month. I don't care. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to get on the phone. I'm going to make deals. I'm going to get uncomfortable. I'm going to get bloody, sweaty. I'm going to do the work. I have refused to give myself the option of, I don't feel like it today. That I'll call it out. It's selfish. Your future family, your clients that need you, the people that you would be able to write a check to that you can't now. You're being selfish. Get rid of that.
Yeah, I agree because you know what, because like once you figure out one step, it leads to the next step, which is going to be like tweaking my offer a little bit. And I've been like contextualizing everything I've been learning. It's like, well, what would I want to be sold, and like how would I feel comfortable like, you know, taking in like a high ticket offer like this. So then that's the next step. And then I know after that is just like providing those super massive results and then just refining that. And that's all that needs to happen to get to that end goal.
Yep. And you know where it gets you, man? Like today, even on his day off, he's working on a few prospects. But like Brendan's working on 2 prospects, which could bring anywhere from like 7 to 12,000. I'm working on a 1-to-1, which is worth 20. Could be like another 30 grand egg. Because at your stage, I refuse to say, "Oh, I don't feel like it today." No, dude. The only day I get to do that is Sunday. Sunday, feel however the frick I want.
Trey, I think I have like the problem you say about being selfish, but I think I lack of motivation, but I don't lack of discipline because I love the process, I love the work, but I don't have like a proper goal or motivation to run towards. Because
You can
a few
make
years
one
ago,
right now in 30 seconds.
yeah,
It's
I
not
mean,
hard.
a few years ago, I have like materialistic goals, like I want to get this and this, but after I got them, it was like, okay, it's the same. And I think that's the reason that we get from 30K to 5K or 7K, because I like the fire of saying, okay, I'm going to the big leagues or
Why? Why
something
do you
like
like
that.
that fire? Why? Walk me through your thought
Um,
process. Because on every level, at some point, you're deceiving yourself somewhere. If you break down the
yeah,
thought process, at some point in that thought process, you've lied to yourself and accepted the lie. So why do you
I
think that way?
I think that maybe I normalize like the client results, because at first the motivation was the money. Then we have worked with like 2,000 students because we were delivering first a very cheap offer. And at first the results were like amazing, like, okay, oh, we are getting this to this person. But right now it's just like, okay, the same process for the same client, and maybe we have to like reach higher and more difficult clients or something like that. But it's like, okay, another client who is getting good results, but I don't feel like the excitement of
You're
that
not
thing.
excited anymore about it?
I'm excited about working, but I'm not excited about the outcomes, if that
You're
makes
not excited
sense.
about the results that your clients are getting.
Yeah, or even my results. I don't even get like the day off on Sunday. I work all the time that I can because I love
Yeah.
working, but I don't enjoy the outcomes.
Were you excited at one point?
Yeah, I mean, the first time I reached 10K a month, it was like my dream from my whole life, because with 10K a month, you are like super rich here in Spain. And was like, okay, that's the best thing that can happen to me. But then you normalize it, and then you reach 20K and 30K, and it's like, okay, it's the same. Nothing changes for me.
Well, nothing changes lifestyle wise. Do you really think nothing's going to change for you if you have 20,000 in the bank versus having like 10 million in the bank. Like nothing's going to change for you. People say that, but it's like, that is just not true.
Yeah, I mean, it's the lifestyle change. Probably you can be more like
Lifestyle
more
change.
calm.
Like you'll probably won't, like you'll still like sleep and poop and eat the same way you did, sure. But like you're a different person. You're a different breed. Like here's the thing, man. I had to get myself out of that same place. And I can help you get out of it right now by telling you, if you're honest with yourself and you look deep enough, at some point you're just comfortable and you're either A, afraid that you can't reach those goals, or B, you honestly don't want them. And if you don't want them, that's fine. You need to decide what you want though. And it's less decide what you want. It's more be honest about yourself, about what you want. Be honest to yourself. Do yourself the service of being honest with what you want. And you will end up doing what you want to do naturally. You won't even think about it. You will end up where you want to be. And some people, they end up in a place that they don't like and they complain about it. And it's just psychosis because they chose that place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, completely.
So you just need to be honest about what you want. So
yeah,
what do you want? Like, what do you want?
It's like all the things that I dreamt of, or all my dreams are like accomplished like right now, and I can figure out like new dreams to accomplish or new dreams that motivate me.
Yeah, it's like when I reached 1 million in sales, I raised it to 10 million. It's the same thing. You just need to raise your standard again, dude. Because maybe you need to hear this right now, Yaver. In my eyes, you are broke.
Yeah,
10 months is not that much money, dude. It's just not that much money. Like, I hate to sound like Grant Cardone right now. Like, I don't want to be Mr. Money over here. But, like, you have to have a certain set of standards, right? If you want to raise the bar, you have to raise the bar. Some people say they want to raise the bar and then they don't because they're scared of doing it because they're scared of what it implies, because they're holding on to something, a relationship, a habit, comforts. You need to sacrifice those things if you really want to raise the bar.
Yeah, the thing that always bothers me is if that my circle is like not doing like something for me. Let me rephrase that. For example, here the more expensive house is 200K. No one drives like supercars or fancy cars here, so it's like okay, I don't know, I don't have like the proper goal to say, okay, if I reach that I can move to a nicer place because there's no place around here.
No, let me change your wording. It's not you don't have, it's you've chosen not to have.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right or am I wrong? Like, just be honest. Do you agree or disagree with me when I say that?
Yeah, completely. I mean, I know I can change like right now everything.
Yep. It's a choice.
But it's like, yeah, it's like we say in the sales call I made with you, it's like a lack of clarity to like move forward.
Yeah. I'm here right now to solve that problem. If you paid us to give you clarity, I'm giving you clarity right now. I'm going to tell you two things. First of all, $10,000 a month is not that much money. I'm actually going to tell you three things. 10 grand a month, dude. Okay, cool. Second, if you don't continue to grow, what is a tree that isn't growing? It's a dead tree. You got two options, man. You're either growing or you're dying. Guarantee you, with the mentality you've got right now, you will not be making 10,000 a month 3 years from now. If you are making 10,000 a month, it's going to be extremely over leveraged. You're going to be stressed to the bone. You're going to have no friends, no life, trying to manage that 10,000 because you have to sacrifice something. You either grow or you start to give it more of your soul. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
And lastly, you need to decide what you want, dude. Like in the next year, next 3, next 5, next 10 years.
Yeah, that's something I try to like sit down and write like, okay, what do you want, Javier? And I can
And you
figure
can't
out like,
decide to want something that you don't want. But if you remove all the layers of BS that you've been handed from maybe parents or maybe your culture, maybe your friends that are telling you you're being selfish by going into business, forget what people think of you for a sec and be honest about what you want. It's the most freeing thing you can do.
yeah, yeah, I think I have to think about all that again.
Honestly, dude, if you are in a state of being honest with yourself, it takes you 30 seconds to get a pen and a pad and write out what you want. It's not about taking time to do it. It's about being honest with yourself.
Yeah, it's just that I don't want much, and I used to like want it all, but right now it's like I changed my lifestyle. Like I'm the healthiest I've been ever,
Mhm.
the strongest.
Mhm.
Like I think I'm performing my best.
Yeah. And if that's what
So
you want, dude, you just I respect people getting what they want. If that is what you want, that is what you want. It's really that simple. I don't want that. A lot of people in this community don't want that. And if you don't want to get to 7 figures a year, 8 figures a year, grow over the long term, be worth a couple $1 million, multiple 8 figures, like that's fine, dude. But I'll just politely ask you to step out of the way so that we can do that. But if
no,
you
I
know
mean,
what you want, you know what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple.
yeah,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah, completely.
Yeah, dude. And I respect it, bro. Honestly. And in a way I envy it. 10 G's a month, it's cool. Coast. Enjoy it. But you just have to be very honest with yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna look back and be like, oh, well, I was lying to myself. It's not that I wanted 10,000, it's that I was comfortable there. Don't
Mm-hmm.
confuse comfort with desire. Don't do that.
Yeah, the only thing that I love is like improving and making things better myself, like
Mm-hmm.
building better systems, things that
Mm-hmm.
work better,
Mm-hmm.
knowing more. That's why I'm here, to know better things, like improve all the systems. And it's something that I enjoy, but for the sake of doing it. I mean, I start with the sales call. I made 4. I 10x the price, as you said. I made 4 sales call. I closed 3 of them. So it's like pretty nice, but it's okay. Right, the system is working. So what can I improve now? And it's like, okay, it's working right now. But I think my motivation is improve things.
Well, that's cool. But you're in a business program where we help you grow your business. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm here to do. And we'll help you with systems. But like you're at what, 10,000 a month right now? You said?
Well, with the sales, we are right now at 15 or something like that.
15 to 20-ish maybe this month?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
If I could press a button right now, you wouldn't be working any harder. It wouldn't be any more stress. There'd be no judgment from your friends or family and no resistance. Would you take that 20 up to 100?
Yeah, I guess, of course.
Yeah. So it's one of those things I just listed that you have to figure out if it's worth trading that versus, where you'd want to get if there was no resistance. And if
Mm-hmm.
honestly, dude, if having the circle you have now, you've deduced is more worth it, just do it. If having the comforts you have now is more worth it, just do it. But you understand it's like the outer rim is just talent. You should have basic talent. The next is information, knowledge, understanding. The next is a competitive drive. And the final is like clarity of vision. If you have all of those things, you can pretty much get wherever you want. A lot of you guys have a lot of those three, but then you don't have that final one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
And some people will say, oh, you need to go soul searching. You need to go out, do a road trip for a month or a year. I'm like, I don't know. I just think you just need to sit down and be honest with yourself for like 30 seconds. Because a lot of you haven't done that in like 10 years. It's been out of you from your parents, from your friends. You know, they've been like, hey, chill out. Or like they've been like, hey, know your place. That kind of bullshit.
Yeah, completely.
It's
Yeah.
been, for me, it was literally like when I first sat down, I was like 17, 18. It'd probably been like at least 6 years at that point since I'd sat down and been honest with myself. I was living a false identity.
Okay, thanks, Trey.
Yeah, of course, brother. Appreciate you.
What's up, Trey? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I wasn't gonna chime in, but just kind of touching base on what we talked about last week, Trey, when we spoke. Just kind of like being honest with yourself and questioning your intentions for why you even started in the first place. And like originally I was like, I want to start a business so I can have the freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, not have anyone tell me what to do and all of that. And then I really dug deeper and I realized that a big thing was ego driven so that I could tell people, oh, I run a successful company. I have X amount of clients. And then now once I hit that number of clients, that was my goal for so long. I was like, well, I don't know if I really want to do this anymore. Like, it's not really what I'm thinking. It's not as profitable as I'd like and stuff like that. And then I really just had to get some more clarity on the long-term vision. Be like, okay, well, like I need to really focus on just like acknowledging that ego is present, but then finding a higher purpose. And like the main things that are driving me now, like it feels really refreshing since I uncovered that. It feels like a huge weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. Acknowledge that like that was kind of the driving force behind me getting to where I wanted to be, was so that I could like show other people that I have a successful business.
And let me hit that for a sec, because I was the same way. I was more concerned about looking successful. It's a short-term high, dude. You can look successful in any industry for about a year. Things are going to catch up, though. You guys have all seen it happen. I'm not going to list any names because that's just rude. But we've all seen it. All right? Looking successful is easy. You could tell anybody right now, Jeremy, that you had a $9,000 week in your business and they'd be blown away. 99% of the population is going to think you're like a legend for that. All right? So you've already got that card. You're already a legend. You're already a beast. Whatever word you want to use. You have to who cares though? Because results speak for themselves. Not the style of business you run, not what you wear while you're running the business, not the music you listen to, it's results. Are your clients happy? How much money are you bringing in? What's your team like? Who are you? What are you doing with the money? That speaks for itself. Word will spread, dude. You will get that validation, but by the time you're at a place where the validation comes, you won't even care anymore.
100%. Funny enough, like not even an hour after we spoke and I like kind of talked with you about that, I had a check-in call with a client. She was absolutely thrilled, gave me an awesome video testimony I'm going to drop on my LinkedIn profile today. And that kind of like shifted my mind again. It's like, man, like that's the kind of dopamine hits I want to be chasing when my clients are telling me how awesome the results are, how excited they are, how happy they are. And so that was awesome. I'm like, just to kind of give you a quick update, Trey, I'm just going to keep leaning into this, not shift my focus to anything else right now, and just keep my focus on one thing for now. So
good.
Yeah.
MLM?
No, mortgage.
Mortgage? All right. go where there's momentum, man.
And also the question I had, like, it's maybe a little bit off topic at the moment, so I'm sorry for that. And I'm not at your like sales level, like when you are talking on sales call, I'm not at your level yet, but I have a problem like before the sales call start, I will say to myself like I will remind myself why am I doing it? Like this is just a friendly call and I will see how it goes for you. So but I don't feel like, I will say it, but I don't feel like I have the feeling of it because maybe on the sales call I can be stressed out and like I'm not sure if you understand me at the moment, but for example, you said to yourself that you are going to help them and you will see how it goes. Like if it's a good fit, it's a good fit. And you said this to yourself and you don't feel like it. And I'm not like, I don't know like how to get the feeling of it. Like I really want to help them.
Well, let me ask you, first of all, why don't you feel like you could help them?
I know that I can help them, but I'm still like stressed out. I don't know why, but for example, I will remind myself, but at the beginning of the call, I don't feel like it. Like I will maybe stumble my words and it's like it's not the chill out version.
Well, would it help you if I told you that sometimes I'll be on a call with a client and I'm not sure we could help them until I listen further? I'm not always sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not always sure. You need to ask why you're not sure and solve that problem. And yeah, that's kind of my advice for that.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Anybody else have that problem? They're not certain they can help somebody on the call?
I feel like for a while back in the day, when I was running through like media buyers and like all like just testing out so many different methods to provide results, it was because a big part of it was like a self-doubt and self-conviction of like my offer and of really being able to provide results. But I mean, a lot of that went away after I designed and positioned an offer that was like, I would sell this to myself. I would buy this myself, like this is something that I genuinely think would help people. And then that gets confirmed by providing good results to your clients. And that just like is a snowball effect to believe in your offer even more than you already do.
And I think you just have to see people who are getting results or people in your niche as like not special. Like there's nothing they know that you either A, can't figure out, or B, don't already know. Like I saw people running programs like high level and I'm like, I reverse engineered how they get those results. I'm like, that's actually really easy. I could definitely do that. Tyler says, my problem isn't that I don't think I could help them. Totally sure I can, but I guess they're not agreeing with me enough to get the close. Well, it could also be that they don't want to be helped badly enough. It could be that they don't necessarily see what role selling their screenplays plays in the longer term vision of their goals and dreams. Could also be that. So I think, when I ask people to vision cast on my calls, I don't just talk about business. I'm like, who are you and who do you want to be? Not like, where are you and where do you want to get? It's like, who are you? Who do you want to be? What do you want life to look like? Why are you getting started with this? Why do you need our help? What's stopping you from doing it yourself? Why do you want to get to that place? So I don't know. It could be that too, Tyler. Like a good sales call for me is like somebody's like, I want to get here because like I legitimately don't feel like unless I do this, I'm missing out on a big piece of what life could be. I'm like, cool. It's what we're here to do. It's not just sales. It's like right now, you guys live in this program at the intersection of where you were before and where you're trying to get. And when I said, what's stopping you? Here we are helping you, right? I don't know, Taylor. Maybe that could help. It's all about how badly they want it too. Like you can't assume that selling their screenplays is what they would want, you know? Maybe they want help writing better screenplays. Maybe they see that as more content. Maybe you have to help sell them on why getting good at selling your screenplays is what will ultimately help them in your content. They said they have no plan B, are committed to screenwriting, then they don't close. It's interesting. Maybe they're just not that money motivated. It could be that they're not money motivated, or at least they don't see what role money plays because like they're artists, you know? Could be something like that. My son said, Dale Carnegie said in his book that help people get what they want, and as a result of that, you'll get what you want. Yeah, I think Zig Ziglar said that too. Well, good call for everybody today. Key takeaways before we hop off here. Just unmute. Give me like 10, 15 seconds if you have anything that stood out to you from this call.
I think my biggest takeaway was contextualizing like frameworks to your niche in a way that like you're original and that it's something that it is like your process. It's your journey. You're not modeling it after somebody else. It's like what you're doing is original and you're bringing that to the market which has value.
Yep, absolutely.
For me, it was like contextualizing it to your industry as well. For example, like shifting the responsibility, maybe not shifting it, but just letting your clients know that like your program is not going to be, it's not going to like, they're not going to enter their credit card and then all of a sudden they're achieving their goals. They have to put in the work and stuff like that. I feel like for lead gen, a lot of clients just expect like, I'll pay you X amount of money and you're just going to give me like the ultimate leads on a silver platter that don't need to be sold on anything, that they just want to work with me and stuff like that. They don't need to put in any work. And I feel like that's why a lot of clients don't succeed with lead gen. They just think it's going to be the end all be all solution, whereas they're not really in the frame that they have to actually do some work. So I'm going to take that and apply it to my onboarding and expectation setting, because I think that is a big factor.
Yeah, expectation setting is a phrase that I think people skew to be purely in the favor of the seller, like it's saving you time. But it's also really important for the buyer too, to know what they need to do. You know? It benefits them for you to set the right frame. Yeah. Any last takeaway? And when I say takeaway, by the way, I mean like something you got from this call that you're going to implement this week, today. What is it for you? Like, give me 2 more, and then we'll hop off.
Yeah, I think the. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I went already. You can go. Yeah.
One day somebody's actually gonna do rock paper scissors when that happens. It's gonna be so funny.
So for me, when you ask what we want in a year from now, I realized that I wasn't 100% clear on it. Not because I don't know what I want at the, like, I've been thinking a lot about what I want like later on in life, like in 10, 20 years, like type of family, type of person I want to be and all that. But I haven't focused on the not the short term, but like what's closer to now, you know. So what I'm gonna do is today I'm gonna sit down at the end of the day and just figure that out, you know, just break it down and see what I need at the end of this year or a year from now in order to be on track to what I really want in life. Like create some more clarity for myself.
I think a secret to picking what you want is understanding that there's no right or wrong thing to want. You just have to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
You shouldn't want something because you've been told you should want it. You should want it because that's what you want, you know? And you will end up doing either what you want or what everybody else expects of you. There's only two options.
Yeah.
What's one more?
Yeah. I think it was the goal setting for me. You know, it's kind of good when we always can go like a little deeper into our kind of like thought processes. And also when you said if you were in our shoes at like 0 and you can get to like 10K a month, you know, by the end of this month, that kind of stood out as well. Cause like, if you can do it, then obviously we can. And if you're in our shoes, we're obviously going to do that. And also we had a call earlier. So I think that one helped me a lot in terms of knowing what to do and what to focus on, and kind of like prospecting on Facebook Flywheel and just really understanding that some things don't really work, like that email. So kind of shifting that, and sometimes it's not your fault, I guess. And like just getting there, like able to get there.
Yeah. A method not working because it doesn't fit the context of your industry is not your fault, but not changing based on data and making unemotional decisions is your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a line. Yeah. But I think that's a good takeaway.
Definitely.
Cool, guys. I liked this call. I appreciate you guys letting me rant for an hour. I'm glad it was valuable. Quick update. I know my call is typically tomorrow, but I'm unsure what time I'll be presenting here at my dad's conference. I just don't know, like if they're ringing it all together. So if it happens to be at 2, it happens to be at 2, and I'll either move it to the evening or let you guys know. Are you guys willing to be flexible with me?
Yep.
I appreciate it, guys. Your flexibility, it goes a long way for me. Balancing all the plates. I mean, we're scaling, dude. I'm solving bigger problems than I've ever solved. So I love when I get the thumbs up for flexibility. It makes my life and my ability to serve you guys a lot easier. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. Speak again soon.